Grand Risings. Welcome to today. Let me get something adjusted. One moment, good people. Isn't that better? Thanks for giving me a moment of your time. So, on that same note, today I'll be just letting you guys know what I got going on with the business. Going over to the tenant's home to check on the furnace, make sure it's operable. I also have one of the screens. So I had ordered these screens and they're the wrong size. So I tried to return them. They don't do returns. So now I had to cut them down to size using what's one of those like a box cutter or something, like one of those razor blades to like cut off parts of the edges. Ideally it will fit, and if it doesn't fit, I can do some more modifications to the window frame to make it fit. As well as I'm meeting up with my investor today. We're meeting at the property. Is it raining? It's raining. I'm bringing an umbrella. I'm meeting him at the property. We're gonna go over some details about what needs to be finished on the property. It's almost done, as well as I'm gonna just bring the business plan that I put together for that. So this is a business plan I put together for the property. It's got like all the documents and stuff that would be like a checklist and verifications, receipts, and things of that nature. So anytime I do a flip, I'll probably just have something like this, because I'm really feeling like, one, refinancing this property, because the interest rate is too high. Now, with that being said, I may be able to pull out some more money. However, if I do that, it'll be probably after I get my brokerage license. And then once I'm able to, let's say I pull out some money, I'll more than likely see about buying some property. And what I'm really looking at is some property that if it's, if I can get like a quadruplex, something like that in, near where I live, I'll do that, because it's a great way to just have an income producing asset. So for instance, I'm looking at some over here. Man, these guys are interesting. That one isn't even, must not be listed. So I'm seeing like the ones that are supposed to be like, there's some, I guess I was looking at one quadruplex the other day, like 2 days ago, that it was pretty high price. However, it was like, it was just a high price. It was in a fine area of town. I just didn't think it would be that expensive, considering what the rents are going for. And so now I'm looking at like a different place just to see about those rents. The idea is to have something that's affordable for most people to live there. And even if it's not affordable, it has to be at a good interest rate. Anything that's like not a good return on investment is not a good property. So I'm thinking about doing something like that and looking for another quadruplex. Whether that's here, it may have to be in a different city. just because most people are asking for like way too much. Yeah, what this place is, no way. This place is, it brings in 3,400. It's worth 550. It's not worth that much. Yeah, these people are getting ridiculous. So yeah, I'm gonna just be looking for some more off-market deals. I feel like getting up to the point where I have like 10 properties is a good use of my time before I start trying to dive into some other stuff, like whatever other things, like even opening up a brokerage or whatever. It's like if I have about 10 properties, pay them off, that's like 10,000 a month, guaranteed passive. And even though I could leverage it higher and be like, oh well, before you get to 10,000 net, you could definitely have a whole lot more gross. However, that's a good milestone to just, for me to at least for me to see, like, I've been doing this for such and such amount of time. This is my results. I've gotten $10,000 in passive income every single month. Even if I want to do a different business, I can do a different business. If I want to continue doing the same business, I'll continue doing the same business. However, I'll still have that passive income, that nest egg of where if I want to go out of town and buy a house for like 50,000, I'll be able to pay for it in a year. And since I don't have any debt on it, it's just all free cash flow. So I'm not worried. Like the market crashes, goes sideways, this and that. None of that type of stuff has ever affected me. And I can really, and I guess it's really me weighing like the benefits of a long-term play versus a short-term play, because it will take me longer to get those paid off and I will have to work harder. However, me getting more skills earlier on is always a good thing, because the more skills I have, the more I'm able to actually produce over time. So it's something I'm just like, I'm tossing around. It is something I'm tossing around. And to think, man, I sold the quadruplex last year for $230, and these are going for $485. Man, that doesn't seem fair. So the other thing is, I really could look at it like, don't even stress on what I'm gonna buy, just refinance and then get my skills up with this trading, and then that's what's gonna actually pay for it. That'll be that higher income skill that'll pay for all of this stuff I'm talking about. Either way though, I should still look to get a pre-approval letter so I know what I'm qualified for, and then look at what refinancing this property that I'm in, which is at a very high interest rate, and still just move forward from there. So I have a lot of options. All of them are good. It's just which one do I want to execute on first, because which one do I think will get me to my long-term goal. And in some instances, it may be, I may need to pivot, like for the trading and the Forex and the stocks and whatnot. None of that stuff has anything to do with real estate. However, the profits that can be garnered off of those skills, which it may take a year, it may take 2, 3, it may take 5 years to really start making those profits, can then be funneled back into real estate, into that channel. So that may be something I look into, and who knows, it could be other things to do with like my art. It's just a lot that I'm like thinking about. So I'll just need to, again, put it on paper, talk to the people around me, talk to the people who are making more money than me, and come up with a game plan, something that I feel comfortable with, something that I feel like I can push myself in as well, and go from there. So for today's plan, that's just like way off into the future, but for today's plans, I'm meeting up with that investor. Still got to confirm what time we're meeting. I'm going to go drop off this screen, and then I'm now at 75% done with my brokerage license. So I'm going to take my brokerage license, take my notes. I'll go up to a Starbucks or something. Probably if you guys are really in the town, see me, I'm at that Starbucks in Buckhead. I'm gonna be studying over there for like, oh man, I'm gonna basically study over there till I get to like 80%. If I can get to 85%, that's amazing. And then it seems like the rest of the class is just like scenarios. So I may even breeze through the whole thing. So anyways, that's what I got working on. I put that offer in with my buyer. They told me they was gonna get back to me like 2 days ago. It's been like 2 days. So I'll probably follow up with her today as well, and like figure out like what I need to do, or like what, not even what I need to do, like what they need to do, but like that's like my thing with this real estate. It's like I put the offer in. It's like, why is it taking you 2 days to get back? I'm pretty sure the offer expires. Put an expiration date on there of the 30th. It's like, it shouldn't be taking you 2 days to get back in touch with me for like whether you like it or you don't. It just be like, it should only really take like 15 hours or something like that. You know, half a day, maybe a little bit more. So that's why I'm like, this type of stuff is pissing me off when it comes to the real estate, because it's like, it's a lot of other people who are moving at their own pace in this game. And so we can't all like, I'm not saying we can't, it's like we can, but for me to move at the pace I want to move at, I can't have people who are moving at a different pace affecting my paycheck. I don't like that. And that's why like when it comes to the rentals, okay, first of the month, it's paid. Like it's in the contract, that's paid. When it comes to this project, when it's sold, it's paid. But when we get the workers working for whatever they're doing, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, contracting, it's paid when it's sold, which I'm selling it. So I know when I'm getting my check. But this other, like, oh, let me just not ever get back to you or never respond, or I'm not really even that interested. It's just like, bruh, just no, it's wasting my time. Like, I know like way too much about this type of stuff to not be getting like at least some type of like normal response time. So it really just makes me feel like, okay, what I'm really gonna do is I'm gonna say like, bump all the rest of this stuff. Figure out a way to just get like some more investors. I'll line up my own flips, do 1 flip a year. And while I'm doing that flip, I'm attracting more and more investors to the project and to the property and to my platform. As I publish my book, they'll have another reason to trust me as a source. Then they'll invest their money with me into the projects that I'm doing. And so while I'm doing that, the profits that I produce off of these projects, I flip those into rentals because I don't need the money. The only purpose is to have more investors who are on my train of where we're going. We're flipping houses. And then from there, you know, after I build up a sizable portfolio of my own, and then potentially I could gain some investors through managing their properties of rentals, and then invest their money with me. That's another stream of income. Then from there, we just start moving into like the big stuff, like whether that's not even big stuff, but whether that's building houses or whether that's setting up some sort of call center, which I've been trying to do for the longest, unsuccessfully, but not forever. I will be successful. Setting up some type of call center so we have consistent deal flow through the pipeline. And these are deals that we're actually buying, that we're actually purchasing for the purposes of rentals or for the purposes of doing a flip. Even if it's 1 flip a year, it's for that specific purpose. And then from there, moving into like new homes construction or really just commercial, like start buying commercial properties, shopping centers, retail centers, warehouses, things of that nature, and just like, you know, making a name for myself. But I feel like when it comes to the real estate though, I don't need to own like all the property in the world, because it's not a vehicle that's like, I feel like the vehicle of the real estate, it can get you to like the top, or it can get me to like billionaire status or trillionaire status. But by the time that happens, it has nothing to do with real estate. It has everything to do with social and political activity. It's no longer anything to do with actually like the economics of getting financed, right? So that's because you need more investors. That's a social activity, raising money, where you're putting the property at its political, depending on the zoning, depending on the county and city, and who the who code enforcement is, and who the mayor is, and what their vision is. It's all political. So, if I had, by the time I get to like 10 rentals, probably buy an office or something somewhere, probably pick up a warehouse. The money I'm getting off of real estate will be like 10, 15 a month. So at that point, I could be like, let me pivot into a different field. And I'll always be able to run the real estate on the side without a lot of work, because I could just have my brokerage license. If agents want to sign up under me, I'll train them. I'll provide the resources. I have plenty of resources to provide agents who sign up under me, and they can go and do the sales, and I can make sure that we're keeping track of their numbers and whatnot, the analytics and the structure of the system. However, I'll be able to like pivot into like another field where it's like another field, but that's way off into the future. I still have to determine what my where I can disproportionately get the highest return on investment of my time. So guys, stay tuned. Just keep watching. Again, we're gonna make this happen. Getting up to that $10,000 a month in income, and pretty much anything after that, it's really just more skills. It's a decent strategy and execution. So, farewell.